The answer is he knows. Why should he ask you? He knows everything. We're going to deny it. We didn't do it. We didn't say that. We didn't do this. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I'm not going to ask you. I know what you did. So I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to bother to ask you. يُعْرَفَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ بِسِيمَاهُمْ. And if you look at the face, you can tell who is telling the truth and who is not telling the truth. Who is mujrim. Who is guilty is written on the face. It's amazing. It's actually a very scientific thing to say. There are books. You go and you'll find huge volume about the face. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put 200 muscles in the face. Actually, what was the use of putting 200 muscles in the face? 200 muscles. Because this gives rise to different expressions in the face. And they studied these expressions and they found what each expression means. So if different muscles are being used, and a lot of it is involuntary. That's the amazing thing. Some of it is not under your control. So if you don't believe in something, it'll show up on your face and they can tell that you may say it, but you don't really believe in that. Tell that because the way you're contracting your muscles, and some of it is involuntary. So you can't say. You see? And they studied and they spent years on this. And put it in the books, it's available. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, يُعْرَفُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ بِسِيمَاهُمْ. I just have to look at the mujrim and I know this guy is guilty. You see, he's guilty. It's written on his face. And if you are a good person and your intention is good, it'll show up on your face because you're nafsul mutmainna. You have itminan. You have a relaxed face because you don't have any thing to be ashamed of, to be afraid of. You see? So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, that we should be such that iqra kitabak. He will tell other people, read my book. So how can you tell someone to read my book unless your book is very good? If the book has, and you say, read my book, I say, well, you did this, subhanAllah, you were like this. You can't tell someone to read your book, right? Unless you have a good book, which is worth the other person to read it. And he won't find anything, oh, you did this, subhanAllah. He's not going to do that because you didn't do that. It's all good. You see, so that's an amazing statement. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, inshallah, we're going to read one of the hadiths. The Shaykh is coming back on the 4th, we got to answer him, inshallah. We did what he told us. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, but he who is greedy, who is a greedy, he's a miser, and thinks himself self-sufficient. He's proud of himself and gives the lie to the best. We will indeed make smooth for him the path to misery, nor will his wealth profit him when he falls headlong into the hellfire. You see? So what is the verse that was being quoted here? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى. And then the good person, وَمَا يُغْنِي عَنْهُ مَالُهُ إِذَا تَرَدَّى. And then of course about the good person later on. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, وَمَنْ يُوكَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Those saved from covetousness, who are covetousness of their own souls, they are the ones that achieve prosperity. So what is shuh? Shuh is very broad. When you are not only miser, but miser in opinion, miser in discussion, miser in dealings, miser in your thoughts. It's very broad. It includes all aspects of life where you could be sure. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to increase, to have wusa. Al-wusat al-fikr, wal-wusat al-infaq al-mal, al-wusat kullu shay. You see, He wants us to have not narrow but a broad vision about everything. And this is what is being said. And there's one hadith, inshallah, we'll say it and we'll finish after that. It says the hadith is same as number 205. So I have to go find 205. What is 205? Subhanallah. Okay, we just read this one, inshallah. On the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, قال Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, while the Prophet ﷺ said, while a man was walking through a barren land, he heard a voice coming out of the blue, saying, irrigate the garden of so and so. The cloud drifted to a certain direction and showered its water over a rocky plain. The streamlet flowed into a huge channel, large channel. This man followed the channel till it surrounded the garden, and he saw the owner of the garden standing in the center, working with his spade, spreading the water, changing the course of the water. He asked him, servant of Allah, what is your name? He told him his name, which was the same that he heard from the cloud. The owner of the garden then asked him, servant of Allah, why did you ask my name? He replied, I heard the voice from the cloud, from which this water had poured down, saying, irrigate the garden of so and so. I would like to know, what do you do? Well, what do you do? He said, when you ask me, I will tell you. I estimate the production of the garden and distribute 1/3 in charity. I spend 1/3 on myself and my family and invest 1/3 in the garden. So you see where this person, he was being announced in the clouds, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking after this person to rain on his garden. Why? Because of what he's doing. And he's not like giving everything, he's giving 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. And that's for us a lesson. We want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us. We have to do the same. We have to make some infaq. We have to give in the path of Allah. We're going to get it back, inshallah. How many times? 10 times at least. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq.